Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to do part 2 of our file folder folio. So we're going to finish this up today. So if you like my video, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up and check out my other ones. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to go into, we'll do this page here. And I left this until today because we had more stuff to put on it. So this is going to be our background. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. If you didn't see part 1, go back and check that out. Hope everyone is having a nice day today. Sun's shining so pretty. What's everyone been working on? Anything special? Pretty soon July is going to be over with already. The days are going by quicker and quicker. Okay, here, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't want glue on that. Trying to glue my flap together over here. Okay. How many of you like making folios or journals? Let's see. All right, here I just have this little fold down pocket. I thought about using it as a faux pocket. Oh, I think that's what I was going to do. This is just going to be a little faux pocket, and we'll be able to fold it down. So I'm not going to glue that. It's been a few days, you know, getting this all ready, so I have to stop and think of what it is I'm doing with some of this stuff. So I'm just going to have this little circle as a closure, and we can open it up, and then we can tuck it back in. And I didn't make a tag for the back of this, but I think I'm only going to glue the 3 sides, and we can make a pocket out of this. And if it doesn't get used as a pocket, it doesn't really matter, but it's there if you want to use it. I'm just going to bring it up a little bit from the bottom. So then this will, I'm going to make sure I have it in view. This will just fold down, and you'll have all this writing space. I should have inked in here, but I didn't even give it a thought. But it'll be okay. So then I'm just going to glue some of this down. And I doubled this paper so it was strong enough. So we'll just put that like that. that up so I don't glue it down. So while that's drying, I have a little pocket for up top here. So I'm going to have a little double pocket. It's going to go like this. So I'm just going to glue this down. I left this over to the side just a little bit for my tag that goes in here, so it has room. Tried to put plenty of pockets and journal space in this. And then for these tags, I just used the blue. It's like a bluish gray, and it's kind of looks like a cloud. I just used scraps from the leftover papers that I made all of this out of. Instead of decorating the tags any other way, I just used the scraps. I like to incorporate my scraps in with my projects. So we should be able to tuck this under now. Okay, now we're going to move back over here, and we're going to do the inside of our little doors. I'm calling them doors. I don't know what else to call them. So I'm going to mat this. And that's the small one. Hopefully that's up where it belongs. I can't move it much higher because I don't have room. I think that's good now. So I'm just going to use this pink paper. So I asked about journals and folios, if you like doing them. And if that's not big on your list, what is it that you like to make? I'm always up for suggestions. You know, if it's not super duper hard, it's something that I like to try. Okay, put that on there. And then we have, make sure it's the right pocket. We have this little pocket. Now I think I want this one to go this way. I myself actually like to make the stuff that goes inside the journals and the folios. When I started my YouTube channel, that's pretty much what I did. I started making ephemera, and then I made like a, it would be like a, the journal that you keep your stuff in, to show you how you made it. I know what it's called, but I can't say it right now. And like I say, I don't know if I'm going to add anything to these or not. I haven't thought that far. And now we're going to put this one up here. So periodically I'll look back at that book or journal, whatever you might want to call it, and see some of the stuff that I did. And between back then and now, you know, there's always room for improvement and shortcuts. Because when you're first learning how to do something, sometimes it's a little harder. But then once you get going on it and you find new ways of doing stuff, it makes your crafting a lot easier. And new ways of doing something is always fun. Looks like something's a little off up there. Maybe something didn't get cut right. Okay, now I'm going to put this pocket and this tag in. And of course, this tag is a little bit bigger. Now on this tag I used 3 little strips of the different colors or the different designs of paper. I tried to make them different. Some of them look kind of the same, but some of them are different. So there's that one. Now we'll take this out a minute, and I want to put my closures for this. I have 2 of these. I cut circles out of this paper, and then of my tiniest punch I have, I cut circles out to make this stick up just a little bit. I'm going to have these like this. I made lines on the paper so I knew where they had to go, and I'm hoping that they're centered somewhat anyway. So I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac. Put some on this. And then after I glue these down, I'll have to let them sit and dry. But these will stick up off of the paper a little tiny bit so I can get my string under there. I think them look even. Okay, so now we'll let them sit and dry. And we'll put that back in afterwards. Let me see. Now on this paper here, this is one of the envelopes that I made a while back. I can't remember if they were called fancy envelopes or what. And I just had 3 little journal spots in here. And I thought the colors and the flowers went good with this this set. So I'm just going to glue this down on this page, and that's going to make a pocket. And I just think it's so pretty. I had fun making these envelopes. So I'm going to glue it down all the way around. And I think that's very fitting for that page. Very nice, very nice. I like that. Now we're going to turn this over, and for our belly band, just used a piece of this paper, folded it in thirds, rounded all my edges. I didn't ink it. I don't think it needs inked. Added a piece of this paper on it, and that's a big journal sheet, and that can go right under our belly band. And that'll sit just nice under there. Now we can go to our front page. I'm going to just let them set. I want to make for sure that it dries good. Now on our front page, have this pink lace, and I have to remember how it is I had this figured out. And the phrase that I'm putting on here is no day without crafting, because we like to craft. So I have these stickers. Now they're stickers, but they're very, very old, so I have to glue them down. I have these, I'm sure they're roses. I'm going to set them on here. And then I have a couple butterflies. I like this little one. I'm going to have to pick him back up and glue him. And then I had this one that was a little bit bigger, and I thought the colors went very good with the background. And that's how I'm going to decorate my cover. Let me just pick this up so he doesn't stick. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this rose down. And I want to say, I got these a long, long time ago from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to just set it down here, something like this. And then we'll put our little butterfly on. Now I have to remember to give them their antennas. Because they have to know where they're flying to, right? So we'll do that before I glue on my lace, or I'll forget. There we go. Generally now I put a little gem, but I'm not really sure if I want to put gems on them. So just gonna glue my lace down. I think I'm up far enough. And then afterwards, I'll trim this side off. Okay. Now I think I want to just glue this right in the center. I printed these out on my computer quite a long time back. Okay, so that is our front page. Now let's see, these should be dry by now. So on these, excuse me, I'm just going to use this lightweight crochet cotton. And that's what I'm going to use to tie these shut. So I don't want to put anything too bulky on the inside. Okay, and then we'll just snip this off. And I'll just wrap it a couple of times just to hold that shut. And we'll just do that. And we can leave it hang down. So if you want to add like a bead or something to it. Okay. So now we can open this back up. And we can add this in here. Close that back up. See, it doesn't matter which side we start from. And I think them are good and secured. And then that's going to close like that. Now for my flap, I want to lay this down flat. Here, just not too long back, I made this flower. I was just kind of messing around. Watched somebody, I'm not sure if it was Septeria 18 that made these. Might have been. But all she did was used a circle and folded it in half. Hang on just a second. Now, whoever it was that I saw do it, I think this is a 1-inch circle, but whoever I saw do it did a bigger circle. But all you do is you cut your circle and just fold it in half. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She did it with 7 petals and she did it with 8 petals. And then you just lay it on, you cut a circle to go underneath and to glue them on. And you just add your glue around the circle and create the flower. So I had a different idea. I was just going to do a circle for the front of this, and I come across this flower and I thought the colors in it still went good with all of this. So I did the same thing with the little tiny circles. I just stacked, I think, 6 of them together so it would stand up off of the paper. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball this, and hopefully it's about even on both sides. We'll just go from the center of our little gem, 3 3/4. And we'll move it this way just a little bit. That's about even, I think. So we'll just leave it like that. And then I'm going to wrap this twine around it. The pink and white twine, I think will go good with it. But I need to let that sit and dry for just a second. So when we open up our folio, let me put my glue on. My lid on my glue. Otherwise I'll have dried up glue. So when we open up our folio, we're going to have a little pocket here for journaling. And we'll open this up, and even though we just did this, we'll open up our little doors and we'll have whatever we called this. I don't even know. It's pockets anyway. So it's just a bunch of journal pockets. And I put papers in. We have 5 pockets. If I can find my paper back there for journaling space. And then we have pockets here and pockets here. And then we have a pocket here with a tag. Then we have our pocket down here with a tag. And we can fold these back up. I have to see if I can raise my phone a little higher so I can get a little higher on my table for viewing stuff. So there's that journal page. I don't know if I will be able to or not though. It's just hard showing bigger stuff. Then over here we have this envelope with our little journal cards. Then we have a little tiny pocket here. We have a little fold out here. And I could probably go back through with something and just ink these a little bit. Yeah, I would have to see. I should have rounded these corners. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. And then we can just ink over them a little tiny bit. And then we flip that back shut. And we already looked at this. And then this folds over. And this folds. And I think we can go ahead and tie this. Put this over here on this side. You don't want to pull on it too tight because the glue still has to sit a little bit. And I'll go ahead and tie it 3 times. And then we'll just clip this off. And we can just go around and go around and then just go around once, and we'll let this hang down. And I'm going to go ahead and knot this. You can put beads or gems or anything on this that you would want to. And that is what it's going to look like finished. I like the flower. I think it gives it a little something extra. So that's our video. That's our folio. So let me know down in the comments what you think. And let me know if you like to do folios and videos, or if you like to do the stuff that goes inside of them better, the little ephemera stuff. So I hope you come back to see me for my next video, everyone, and have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye for now.